I think I've spent more time thinking about changing my life than actually changing it. And to be honest, the worst part is, for a while, I thought I was doing something that counted as progress. Because nowadays, you can spend hours doing things that feel productive, talking to ChatGPT about your problems, researching self improvement, planning your future, watching videos about discipline, thinking about who you could become. But after all that, you just feel exhausted, like your brain did something important. But then you wake up the next morning and your life feels exactly the same. I think that's why so many people feel stuck now. Not because they weren't trying or they aren't trying, but because we've become addicted to the feeling of progress instead of progress itself. I think a lot of people know this feeling by now. Uh, Not being completely lost, not completely hopeless, just constantly feeling like your life is about to begin. Like you're in this weird state between who you are now and who you think you could become. And honestly, I think that feeling becomes addictive after a while. That limbo of productivity. You think about being productive because imagining a better version of yourself feels good. You picture yourself finally becoming disciplined, finally locking in, finally fixing everything. And for a few moments, you genuinely feel different. Like clarity alone about your issues changed you somehow. But it never lasts. It never lasts. Eventually, you stop actually moving in life and you start mentally rehearsing it instead, pretending like recognizing your problems is progress. And honestly, I don't even think my problem was a lack of self awareness. If anything, I was too aware. I knew exactly what was wrong. I knew when I was wasting time. I knew when I was avoiding things. I knew when I was making excuses. I could literally sit here and explain my own behavior to myself in real time. And weirdly enough, being aware about my shortcomings made me feel productive. Like understanding myself somehow counted as progress. Even talking to ChatGPT started feeling like progress. You ask it questions about your life. It gives you clarity, structure, a framework, advice. Sure. And for like the next 20, 30 minutes, you feel like you've made progress. You feel like you want to work on your plans and your goals. But then the conversation ends. And nothing actually changes. That's the trap. Because awareness feels incredibly similar to movement in life. But it isn't movement. You can understand your life perfectly and still remain completely stuck inside of it. And I think the internet makes this even worse because now we're constantly surrounded by people who seem like they have everything figured out. Someone built a business at 19, someone got famous, someone found purpose, someone transformed their life in 6 months. Meanwhile, you're sitting there trying to convince yourself to start. So instead of acting, you consume more videos, more content, more advice, more on how to fix your life. And eventually, it starts feeling like you're always preparing for your life instead of actually taking action. Like you're waiting to become the type of person who actually takes action before you allow yourself to become that person. And I think that's why so many people feel stuck now. Not because they're lazy, but because modern life gives us endless ways to feel productive without materially changing anything. You can spend hours thinking, planning, reflecting, optimizing, imagining without ever putting yourself in a position where failure becomes real. Because thinking is safe, action isn't. The second you actually try something, your potential stops being imaginary. Now it can fail. Now it can be embarrassing. Now people can see it. So instead, you stay in your own head. Because in your head, everything still feels possible. But eventually, you realize something uncomfortable. Your life does not change when you understand yourself better. It changes when you do something. Even small, even imperfect, even awkward, even embarrassing. No matter what. Just the action of taking action is what changes your life. So yeah, I think I was feeling stuck for quite some time, and I was in this loop of feeling like I was doing something productive instead of actually doing something productive. So I decided to make a YouTube video. And honestly, life already feels different.